Without further ado, let us begin the journey for patch 5.5 of Final Fantasy XIV by speaking with Alice, and we'll start by taking on her first quest for the main story of patch 5.5 entitled Unto the Breach. Alice is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all, you.
Good news, Shinji. Thancred and Oriange have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on the way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they may be able to shed light on some things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh?
Showing off your inner Canadian there, Alice? So, as Stola and Gra have also rejoined us. Hey there, Thancred. A welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Yeah, do tell. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alice, Graha, and Shinji, but I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will have also heard, though, it hasn't been all tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Oriange short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And if I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Reborn and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Yeah, do tell.
Then mayhap you would do the same for us?
Yeah, perhaps you could. Indeed, it was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the third, however, were notable by their absence.
Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel?
Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. What makes you say that? Yeah, do tell.
You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace.
It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild or, rather, transform it. Transform it? In what way?
Yeah, transform it? Into what?
Yeah, that is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Oriange, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with a manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed, or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. I can imagine so.
If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks.
Yes, indeed we do. We'll be sure to save some for Oriange, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Reborn is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence.
Alright, then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission.
Apparently not. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this.
In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter. As I promised Krile, we need not all attend.
I guess.
Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Oriange before the meeting.
And so, away we go. Alright, so next destination is the Alamegan Quarter. Yeah, just wanted to check my Twitch stream real quick. Alright. We've arrived. Should probably check off the Chocobo Keeps while I'm doing this, because I've been doing so in recent days, especially since I played my way through the revised Reborn main story version. And for those of you who are wondering about my characters and what I was going to do with them, I thought it just made more sense to just delete them since I really don't have any use for them anymore. Well, listen to this claimer. Everyone wants to talk to Oriange. He's in here somewhere. Yeah, he's in there somewhere amongst the throng of humanity. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Oriange. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Yeah, do tell. Well, well, if it isn't Offenode and his merry band. Hey there, Arnvold, long time no see. Arnvold, whatever are you doing here? When last we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you so similar. I thought you were going a bit tall after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year old, my body is hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Allison are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Horrocks such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moonbreeder towered over me nonetheless. Arnvold brings out the best in Offenode, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company, it's almost endearing. Almost. So what exactly brings you here? Yeah, do tell. Oh, Fuldola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Yeah, for those of you who are not familiar, in the post-era of Stormblood, what happens to Fuldola is that she is basically hired by the Alamegan Resistance to work for Arnvold as his second, basically. And you find this out when you take the level 80 quest for a summoner when you complete the main story of Shadowbringers. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? And away he goes, the big guy. If Fuldola is going with him, that must mean... Uh-huh. My apologies. As Arnvold rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Yes, we must go. So, lead on, everyone. So, later that night...
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital, and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. he sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then, we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Which, as we saw in the previous patch, did not turn out all that well. As Lys will attest to.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Good thing you had them on standby.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Yeah, that's not something you typically hear. Yeah, they gotta think about this one.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses.
Ouch.
And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers.
Not good.
Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
Of course they are.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first.
So how do we go about it? It's not like we can get close to them right now.
Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Oh, a knock at the door. And hey, there's Arnvald. And this time he's not alone. Hi there, Fordola. Long time no see. Although to be honest, we wish it could have been longer.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
And she's like, do I have to?
Put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
Why else do you think he would go?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Yeah, we can discuss this further behind closed doors if you want. Even if Fordola has to be within earshot. Yeah, let's be on our way. See, as the crowd continues to clamor in, and they bring all their mounts and everything, somewhere in here we will find Arnvald. Just need to wait for him to rejoin us or whatever. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised that it's this busy on a night of day one. The heck, this is even giving my console a bit of a ride. Well, there's Fordola. Yeah, there's Arnvald. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. Yeah, tell us all about it.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vamar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
He's a glutton for punishment, what can I say?
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
That's how much conviction he has.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
Yeah, talk to us, young lady.
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Still as stuck up as ever.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat.
More or less.
And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
Aren't you grateful? It is Xenos, after all. You look up to the guy so much.
I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I a part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Yeah. Is she actually expressing doubt?
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
You're like, yeah, hey, Alphinaud, give me a fist bump. I mean, that's basically what we gotta do, right, with social distancing still going on.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Probably the closest one?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
Well, at least you've been there before. Yeah, Fordola's like, do we have to do all this
Best not keep
smooching?
them waiting any longer.
Yeah, do we have to do all this schmoozing?
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Does that mean you've also been given the underwater breathing moves by the Kojin?
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a Scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Yeah, you got it there, big man. Yeah, better go catch up to Fordola. He's like, yeah, thanks for finally catching up, Arnvald.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me?
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Yeah. Let's be on our way. Who knows, maybe Arnvald will break Fordola's tough skin eventually.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Yeah, I guess we got work to do. But first, Link Pearl.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru.
Hey, Tataru.
I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Ah, you found Montfair once again.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
He obviously understands what the danger is.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
I hope you're right. Yeah, let me tell you about what we gotta do next.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Yeah. Hey, Tataru, here's what we're gonna do.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Yeah, where exactly did you track him
On
down?
your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Yes, indeed. And away they go. And so, as they depart, we will complete our first quest of the evening by taking 1,851 gil. Also, hey there, Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, where's everyone else, by the way? It's night 1 of the new patch. So as we're still crowded in this throng of humanity, let's go ahead and find Alphanode hidden behind this chocobo, and we'll take on our next quest for the main story of 5.5 entitled Here Be Dragons. Alphanode is keen to track down Estinian. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard.
Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose.
Alright, and I will see you there. Ishgard time! Yeah, I guess people are so used to seeing me stream on Twitch or stream on YouTube that they've completely forgot that I can stream on Twitch now as well. Hey, Alpha Node.
All present. Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, G'raha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Shinji can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Skysteel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation. Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return.
Alright, I can go ahead and do that. Okay, off we go. To the Forgotten Knights. Yes, my feet are freezing because of the fact that Shinji is dressed in his kimono. But hey, he's as tough a dragoon as they come. So on into the congregation to speak with Lucia.
Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting on our Amigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Well, we need to ask you about someone important.
I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wanted to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better.
Alright. Yeah, so no such luck over here. Yeah, for those of you who are watching this right now, when I get this uploaded to YouTube, make sure to come and join us on Twitch. Because that's where I do my primary streaming now, so if you'd like to come and join us here, please do so. It'd always be great to have our viewers on YouTube come join us here on Twitch as well. Alright, there's Alice. So, as the snow continues to fall this evening, yeah, she and G'raha are talking with us.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Well, you would have if he was still wearing his old-school Dragoon armor, but these days?
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Oh, who goes there? Well, if I'm smiling, that can only mean one thing.
Timekeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Bonjour, mon frère. It's been a while. Good to see you again.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
One of the many victims to fall for mistaken identity. Yeah, how confused she is, and yeah, getting head pats from a Estinian?
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
I am not Alphino!
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have so many problems with gender identity these days.
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! How Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Yep, still as much of an evil twin as ever. Yeah, and the shock on his face says it all.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
Yeah,
I think the day
my ears perk up.
When I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
And now all of a sudden Graha is fanboying.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Do you really want me to?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
Oh, if you only knew why.
Estinian! It's been too long.
Yeah, let's give you the details on what's going on and how mistaken identity can get you in a really bad way.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
And I imagine that as it continues to go on, she will get pissed off even further.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again.
If you value your life, you better not.
What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time.
Oh, grow up.
You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
I guess. Yeah, what would we say? Perhaps he sees them as the brothers he never had. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them, or you can't keep them all to yourself forever. Yeah, this is the one I think was the best answer to give her.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
You're one to talk.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Why are you going there?
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Yeah, of course we haven't seen her in 6 years.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation. Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
Yeah,
No
we don't use Aetherites,
Assuming
we just
your
use their
sister can
ships.
bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Yeah.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
Yeah, it's because you haven't spent enough time with him.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
Yeah, I guess. First impressions, right? Yeah, let's hop on board the Scion's new airship. So yeah, conveniently for us, we're going to get warped directly to Azisla. And so upon our arrival, let's speak with Alphino.
It has been quite some time since I last set foot in Azisla, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visits.
We weren't even close.
Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Shinji is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face.
Yeah, Mathia introduced Shinji to Tiamat a long time ago. Even now she remains a prisoner of the Allegan Empire, or let's just say it helped that Midgard somewhere was there to introduce me, but no, that was Mathia who did that. But no, she remains a prisoner of the Allegans.
Ever since the end of the war with Mare City, yes. To have been held captive for so long.
I too have met with Tiamat. When did you encounter her? After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her. A worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. Yeah, still bound in those freaky shackles. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now.
I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut.
Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Yeah, so, as we prepare to go pay for our visits, we are given the options of some food that we can get our hands on, including some pizza, Miss Spinach quiche, or Twilight Potato salad. But for us, because this best suits our stats, we're going to be having ourselves some pizza. A little margarita action to get ourselves on our journey.